Over 4 billion people use Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and Messenger. And now, with the help of AI, Zuckerberg is planning to control this massive human power to build his dream world.
I guess that if we do it in that way, we'll all just kind of have superpowers.
It just seems like we're at the point with technology where the physical and the digital worlds should really be fully blended.
Behind your every like, comment, and share, there's a social media revolution secretly rising. In this video, we'll reveal how exactly Meta is building a future we can't fully imagine, and unfortunately, we won't be able to escape it. In February 2025, CNBC revealed a secret project inside Meta. The report said Meta was preparing to launch its own standalone AI app, just like ChatGPT, Grok, and DeepSeek.
Speaking of Meta AI, we announced an app this morning, which we launched.
At first, it sounded like just another attempt to compete with OpenAI or Elon Musk, but this was much more than that. Meta's finance chief, Susan Li, had already confirmed earlier that Meta AI was being used by over 700 million people monthly. Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Messenger, all were quietly testing and training this AI in the background. And then, on April 29, 2025, at Meta's first ever LlamaCon event, the rumors became real. Meta officially launched its own AI assistant app, Meta AI.
And in a direct challenge to ChatGPT, Meta Platforms have launched a standalone AI application, providing users with a direct gateway to its generative artificial intelligence.
Today, we're announcing that you can now start using Llama with one line of code because we're releasing an API.
For now, it is only available in the US, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. But here's the real question. How is this app going to compete in a world already crowded with AI tools? And more importantly, how is it going to reshape the future of social media itself? First, it will use years of your social data for deep personalization. It will connect directly to your Facebook and Instagram accounts and will use your likes, shares, comments, watch history, and more to tailor responses just for you. And the longer you use it, the better it will get. Second, it will turn AI into a social experience. The app includes a Discover feed, a unique feature where users can share AI prompts, outputs, and ideas. In that way, it will bring a social layer to AI that no other major platform has offered yet. Third, it will work across all Meta platforms and devices. The AI will not live in one app. It will be available inside Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and Messenger. And not only that, it will also connect with Meta's devices like the Ray-Ban smart glasses. This unified system means you can ask something in one place and pick it up in another, making AI part of your daily routine. And finally, fourth, it will combine real-time internet search with personal memory. Meta AI can pull live information from the web, but also remembers your past questions, likes, and habits. So when you ask for a movie or restaurant, it will suggest options based on what you've enjoyed before. With all these features, Meta isn't just launching another AI assistant. It's building an AI that knows you more than any existing AI app, and over time, it will only get stronger. Remember those sci-fi movies where AI bots were so realistic, you couldn't tell them apart from humans? Like Her? Or the bots in Westworld? Well, that future is arriving fast, and it's coming through your Instagram and Facebook feed. Meta launched AI Studio in 2024, a platform where anyone can build their own AI character. Since then, over 300,000 AI bots have been created. Most of them are still private, but Meta's Vice President of Generative AI, Connor Hayes, said they expect these AIs to actually, over time, exist on our platforms, kind of in the same way that accounts do. And if you think that sounds far away, it's not. There are already AI influencers with huge followings on Instagram, like Aitana Lopez, an AI fitness model from Spain with over 360,000 followers. She's worked with Nike, Olaplex, and Brandy Melville, or Kira, India's first AI influencer, named AI Creator of the Year in 2023, with deals from L'Oreal and more. Then there's Bermuda, who once stirred political debates and partnered with Chanel before going inactive. These aren't just pages. They're full-blown personas. So, why is Meta doing this? For one, it keeps people engaged. AI bots can post all day and night. They fill the silence when human users are offline, keeping your feed alive. But there's more. A big part of youth today is already spending hours a day on Instagram, especially watching Reels. These AI bots will give them something deeper. A connection, someone or something that always responds, always listens, always engages. Sounds helpful, right? But here's the flip side. Is this really about connection, or is it about getting us even more addicted to our phones?
The average American, I think it's fewer than 3 friends, 3 people they consider friends. And the average person has demand for meaningfully more. I think it's like 15 friends or something, right? I guess there's probably some point where you're like, all right, I'm just too busy. I can't deal with more people. But the average person wants more connection than they have. So there's a lot of questions that people ask of stuff like, okay, is this going to place kind of in-person connections or real life connections? And my default is that the answer to that is probably no. I think that there are all these things that are better about kind of physical connections when you can have them, but the reality is that people just don't have the connection and they feel more alone a lot of the time than they would like.
For now, what matters is this. Meta isn't just testing AI bots. They're scaling them. And behind all of it is Meta's $65 billion investment. Not just into bots, but into AI itself, into the tools, the models, and the systems that will power this entire new era. This is what social media has become in 2025. And imagine where it is going. Meta's use of AI isn't limited to apps or bots. Meanwhile, Meta's VR tech, especially the Quest 3, is turning virtual spaces into social hubs, where your avatar can talk, move, and react just like you, all in real time. These devices track what you see, how you move, and how you interact, feeding that data back into the system to make everything more personalized. The more you use them, the more they learn, and the more immersive the experience becomes. But wait, doesn't this sound a lot like that infamous Metaverse story? We are coming on it in a moment. Now that you know Meta has a lot of data about you, and powerful AI built into its apps, the real question is, how will it use that power for advertising? And if you think about it, it's going to completely change the kind of Facebook and Instagram ads we're used to. Behind the scenes, Meta's AI is rebuilding the entire advertising system from the ground up, and what's coming out of it is unlike anything we've seen before. Meta's AI looks at what you like, scroll, pause on, message about, and even what you might almost click. Then it creates ads that feel like they were made just for you. This isn't just about showing you shoes after you visit a store. It's about knowing what you want before you do. But it goes deeper. With tools like Advantage Plus and AI Sandbox, Meta has automated the entire ad process. The AI writes headlines, tests colors, adjusts the budget, and runs thousands of versions of the same campaign to see what works best. Meta's AI also helps influencers and brands generate content faster than ever. Photos, captions, even videos, which means your feed stays flooded. And the way these ads look? It's going to be totally different. You can try on sunglasses through AR, spin a sneaker in 3D, even attend a virtual event in VR, all inside the ad. It won't feel like advertising anymore. And that's what true marketing is. Okay, let's be real for a second. We've talked about what Meta is doing. We've seen their AI bots, smart glasses, and immersive ads. It all sounds futuristic, but none of it makes sense if we don't talk about the word Metaverse. Back in 2021, Mark Zuckerberg stood on stage and renamed Facebook to Meta.
Imagine you put on your glasses or headset and you're instantly in your home space. It has parts of your physical home recreated virtually, it has things that are only possible virtually, and it has an incredibly inspiring view of whatever you find most beautiful.
Hey, are you coming?
Yeah, just gotta find something to wear. Oh, hey, Mark. Hey, what's going on?
Hi.
What's up, Mark?
Whoa, we're floating in space? Who made this place? That's awesome.
Right? It's from the creator. I met in LA.
This place is amazing.
He promised a full-blown digital universe, a place where we would work, socialize, play, and live as digital versions of ourselves. Almost 4 years later, and that big, immersive world is still missing. So what does that mean? Does this mean Meta's future plans aren't as real as they sound? And even that's not the only criticism. People have called out Zuckerberg's obsession with a virtual world that others are worried about how much personal data Meta is collecting. Critics say it feels like Meta is building a world that's less about people and more about surveillance, advertising, and profit. But despite all of that, Zuckerberg isn't backing down. He's answered almost every big question in interviews. When people doubted the timeline of the Metaverse, he said, "This isn't a short-term product, it's a long-term mission. We're building the next generation of the internet." And when asked about whether AI connections will ever feel real, he said, "If an AI can make you feel heard, understood, and cared for, does it really matter whether it's human?" So while the Metaverse isn't here yet, for Zuckerberg, it's not dead. It's just getting started. And the tools we're seeing now, AI bots, AR glasses, virtual spaces, they're not distractions. They're pieces of something bigger. In the next few years, social media is going to be completely transformed by artificial intelligence, and Meta is leading the way. The global AI in the social media market is expected to grow from $2.9 billion in 2024 to a massive $8.1 billion by 2030. What can we expect in this AI-driven future? First, more AI-generated content. Your social media feeds will soon be filled with images, videos, and stories created by AI. Meta is already encouraging users to experiment with these tools, and in the near future, AI-generated content will be a regular part of our feeds.
There is a lot of uncertainty about how things will go in the future. And we're all going to get really amazing new tools to do both our hobbies and our jobs. And they'll make it so we can do better work and have better lives. But at least on the professional side, it's going to be our responsibility to keep up with that.
We're looking at deeper personalization. AI won't just show you what you want to see. It will predict how you want to feel. Imagine scrolling through your feed, and everything you see is not just relevant, but perfectly aligned with your mood, interests. Shopping on social media won't just be about clicking on an ad. With AI-powered recommendations and AR/VR experiences, you'll be able to try on clothes virtually, visit digital stores, and shop seamlessly while browsing your feed. It's actually going to blur the line between social media and e-commerce in ways we haven't seen before. So this was all about how Meta is using AI to change the social media we use today. What do you think about it? Let us know in the comments. And if you're curious about the future of AI and how it's going to impact everything around us, make sure to subscribe because we're working on some crazy videos you won't want to miss.